This is the problem, is the Democrats' bench for so long has just been not a thing. I mean, they have Kamala Harris. She was the greatest insurance to never get rid of Joe Biden whatsoever. And then on top of that, you have a significant portion of Democrats that are so unelectable. You have Gavin Newsom, who they floated, whose state has a $20 billion debt that they just defaulted on. They have $60 billion in deficit. They have almost unlimited natural resources that they can't seem to tap into. And on top of that, they have Gretchen Whitmer, who was like the COVID queen of lockdowns, whose husband, while everyone else was stuck in their house, wanted to launch her boat. It was unbelievable. That's their bench. Let's bring in Congressman Ronny Jackson. Sir, we got you now. All right.
I think so, Carl.
No one believes that Joe Biden is okay, and yet they keep lying to us.
Yeah, no, Carl, everybody sees it right now. I mean, we've been saying it. I've been saying it for 3 years now. It's been increasingly obvious. The public has started to realize it over the last 3 years. Almost everybody thinks so now. You know, we had this report that came out from the special counsel who documented it from an objective standpoint, from a completely different angle. You know, he's an appointee of the Department of Justice of Biden's own DOJ, and he says so. And then Biden gets on TV to try to rebuff that and say, look, you know, I'm perfectly fine to be your commander in chief and your head of state. And he just proves in real time that he's totally not fit for office. And so everyone sees, yeah.
No, Congressman, you were the chief medical advisor to both Obama and Trump. Okay, politics aside, like, have you ever seen such a massive decline?
No, I haven't, and that's a good point, Carl. I mean, I was at the White House for 14 years. I was with Bush, Obama, and Trump. I was there as an appointee, or, as on active duty as a physician, as the director of the White House Medical Unit, in the appointed position of the president for Obama. And I was there for 8 years, and I saw Biden in and around the White House, the Oval Office and the West Wing on a regular basis. And I just tell people, if you don't know how bad it is, I mean, most people do, but go back and look at video from him when he was very first vice president or prior to that, and compare it to video from now. It's not the same man. I mean, the degeneration is profound. And the fact that they think that he can finish this term and then do another 4 years after this, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Democrats' bench now that you're a congressman and in politics. They got Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. Are any of these people viable at all, given their record?
No, they've all got records that, if you look at, look at what Gavin Newsom has done to the state of California, for crying out loud. Would you put somebody like that in charge of the entire country? He's driven that state into the ground. They had one of the best economies, one of the greatest states in the country, and he's just driven them into, to a horrible, horrible position. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely not. Kamala Harris, I mean, we all know this. She's a box of rocks. I tell people all the time, like, Joe Biden, is cognitively impaired, because of his age, but Kamala Harris was born that way. I mean, she's just that way. So they've got little to choose from, and they're in a desperate situation right now, and I think they know it.
Yeah, well, she'll give us, deeply philosophical, feel goods on the passage of time. Congressman Ronny Jackson, appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, Carl.